You hear the word strategy all the time, right? It usually pops up in these stuffy corporate settings. But what if it's not some complicated plan locked away in a boardroom? What if it's actually a powerful tool that anyone can use to make a real impact? In this explainer, we're going to unpack a totally new way to see the world, based on the idea that strategy isn't just for the MBAs, it's for you. Okay, let's just start with something that probably makes you want to pause and say, wait, what? Rome was built in a day. Now, I know. The saying is the complete opposite, but just hang with me for a second, because this one little twist fundamentally reframes what strategy is really all about. And this is the whole point. Strategy isn't about having some perfect, finished blueprint before you start. It's about that bold, decisive moment of beginning. The second you declare, this is it, this is what we're doing, your project is alive. It's built. Now, is it finished? No way. But the real work is that ongoing process of completing it, of improving it. Does this sound familiar at all? You're putting in the hours, you're pouring your heart into something, but you just don't feel like you're actually getting anywhere. It's the classic feeling of a non-strategy. It's like looking down at your car speedometer, seeing it's pegged at 80 miles an hour, but not realizing you've just been doing donuts in a parking lot. So yeah, let's get way beyond the buzzword here. This isn't about 5-year plans or fancy charts. It's a real practical way of thinking that anyone can use to make things better. See, the problem for so many of us is that we're running on this non-strategy. It's just the default mode, you know? Do what you're told, don't make waves, settle for what's available. It's the path we end up on when we don't actively, consciously choose to be on a different one. And that's exactly why all our hard work can feel so frustrating sometimes. The problem is never a lack of effort. It's that we're surrounded by these invisible forces, these systems. And if we don't even know they're there, we can end up fighting against them, just wasting all that energy for nothing. So the first step towards a real strategy, well, it isn't to make a better plan. It's to develop a completely new way of seeing. It's about learning to spot those invisible systems that are shaping everything around you. So what even is a system? Well, it's not the individual parts. It's the connections and the interactions between the parts. And this part is so important. I mean, you could have the most amazing, high-performance engine ever built, but if you drop it into a bicycle frame, the overall system, the vehicle, doesn't get any better. You have to see the whole thing, not just one shiny component. I love this analogy because it makes the whole idea just click. A river is so much more than just water. I mean, a lake has water. The real essence of the river is its flow, its current. A strategy that just looks at the pieces is like a snapshot. A real strategy understands the current and works with it, not against it. And believe me, the difference is night and day. When you actually align your project with the system, it feels like you've got this incredible, unseen helper just pushing you along. But when you work against it, it feels personal. It feels like someone is actively trying to sabotage your project. And every single step is an uphill battle. Okay, let me give you a perfect real-world example. Michelin's puncture-proof tire. It was a brilliant, game-changing innovation, but it failed spectacularly. Why? Because Michelin completely ignored the system. They forgot about the local tire shops and repair depots. See, these new tires needed expensive, new equipment and a ton of difficult training. The shops couldn't or wouldn't do it. So when a customer needed a repair, they couldn't get one. The entire project died, not because it was a bad idea, but because it fought the system it depended on. All right, so once you can see the system, the next level is to understand the game being played inside of it. You start to see the rules, the players, and the dynamics that make people do what they do. And maybe the most powerful game being played today is the one built on network effects. I mean, just look at how insane the speed of this game has become. It took the telephone 8 years to get to 1 million users. Then Facebook comes along and it takes them just 10 months. Fast forward to today and a creator like Mr. Beast can reach 1 million people in less than 2 days. This is the game. You have to understand it. So, in a world that moves that fast, how on earth do you play? How do you even start? Well, the secret is kind of counterintuitive. You forget about reaching everyone. You start small, like ridiculously small. You start with just 10 people. It's called the first 10 rule. Step 1. Find just 10 people, your smallest viable audience, who already trust you and desperately need what you're making. Step 2. Serve them so incredibly well that they don't just like it, they love it. And then, step 3, if they love it, they'll become your marketing department. They'll tell everyone. And if they don't love it, well, here's the key. You don't need more ads. You need a better product, or you need to find a new group of 10. You want to see this rule in action? Look no further than Airbnb. For the longest time, they were totally lost. They were struggling until they stopped trying to reach everyone and focused on one tiny, specific group, tech-savvy, adventurous people at the South by Southwest conference who couldn't find a hotel room. They found their first 10, and that tiny spark is what lit the fire that became a global phenomenon. And the secret to making this first 10 thing actually work is to understand why people share stuff. Let's be honest, they don't do it just because they like you. They share because sharing your thing helps them. It makes them look smart or helpful or in the know. Your job is to create something so valuable that sharing it helps your first 10 achieve their own goals. Okay, so you can see the system. You understand the game. Now it's time to make your move. And this is where strategy stops being a rigid map and starts becoming a compass, a simple tool to help you navigate and make choices. And one of the simplest, most powerful ways to make a choice is a tool like this, a positioning grid. You just have to choose your corner. Look at cars. Volvo planted their flag on safety. Ferrari went all in on performance. Is one better? No, they're just different. They made a clear choice about who to serve by also being clear about who not to serve. And that's what's so cool about this way of thinking. Positioning isn't about trash-talking your competition or proving you're better. It's about respectfully turning your competitors into colleagues. You're saying, hey, we're for these people over here, and you're for those people over there. It creates clarity. It serves everyone better. So in the end, this is what strategy really is. It's not some cold corporate buzzword. It's a deeply human thing. It's a compass, a tool that helps us take that first step when we're uncertain, that helps us build connections when we feel like we're all alone, and that gives us the strength to keep going until the world we imagine becomes the world we actually live in. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Forget the marketing plans and the mission statements for just a minute. Ask yourself this instead. What are the invisible systems that are at play in my work? And what systems would have to change, even just a little tiny bit, for my project to really, truly succeed? The answer to that question, well, that's where your strategy begins.